Newly surfaced government purchase records show ICE and the DEA buying video surveillance equipment for the Houston area. Matt Doherty is live. So what are the feds doing with the cameras, Matt?
Mia, they're using these cameras for undercover surveillance, and they are completely hidden. As nightfall descends on the city, the lights come on. You might have thought they'd been sleeping all day, but many of these street lights have been wide awake, recording, documenting everything it sees. Law enforcement's use of covert video surveillance made headlines this week when government purchase orders surfaced linking the feds to a Houston surveillance company. According to government records, this house in Jersey Village is Cowboy Streetlight Concealments. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and the DEA paid the company more than $50,000 since July. An ICE official tells us Homeland Security Investigations regional offices in Houston and San Antonio purchased the video recording and photography equipment. In a statement, ICE officials say, quote, the targeted use of surveillance equipment used during investigations into drug trafficking, human smuggling, human trafficking, and other illicit activities is consistent with other federal law enforcement agencies.
You can come a little closer here.
Video surveillance isn't new to H-Town or law enforcement.
We'll have vehicles that come into the camera location.
On the leading edge of video surveillance is Precinct 1 Constable Alan Rosen.
We're going to use whatever means necessary legally to effectuate the mission that we're trying to do.
The precinct has spent more than $500,000 on its video surveillance equipment. This drone alone was about $40,000.
They are, again, the most invaluable pieces of tools that we can use. It's just it's a necessary in today's law enforcement world.
The constable says his office is currently monitoring more than 120 hidden video surveillance cameras. All of it's legal. Authorities can put the cameras in any public place, keep them there for as long as they'd like, and retain the video for as long as they need.
Whatever you expose to the public, you don't have an expectation of privacy in. So if a police officer can stand on the corner and record the license plate numbers of cars that drive by, then the police can use a piece of technology to do the same thing, neither of which would qualify as a search within the meaning of the Fourth Amendment.
Korn says the legislation hasn't caught up to the technology, but expects challenges to the use of this type of surveillance to increase in the future. Now, you might be wondering what role CenterPoint Energy might play in all of this. They're the ones who own and operate all the street lights. The constable tells us that they've been an integral part of installing some of these cameras in the street lights. They even helped pay for some of them. Back to you guys.
All right, man, thank you.